Electricity is what brings you to me. It's something that no one can see. Lost in this ecstasy that you made me feel, and I don't ever wanna leave. I can't recall the gold, but it's weighing me down. Step through the mirror, a glass breaking crown. Eyes on my neck, can you feel my pulse? I wear the world, but it's not enough. Leather and silk, yeah, they stitch up my seams, but I'm just a mannequin built on your dreams. Pretty on paper, a ghost underneath. Smile for the picture, but don't let me breathe. Pride on my body, feel the power in the seams. Every stitch a story sewn from my dreams. Black and white, it's classic, timeless design. I'm living my truth in a proudest state of mind. Diamonds talk, but I'm silent inside. Lipstick lines where my secrets hide. Every step is a crack in the floor. High heels sinking, I can't take much more. Silhouettes follow, they're haunting my glow, but shadows don't care where the spotlight goes. I'm just a showpiece they dress up and sell, a dream they design, but I live in the hell. Pride on my body, feel the power in the seams. Every stitch a story sewn from my dreams. Black and white, it's classic, timeless design. I'm living my truth in the proudest state of mind. Stitched by a needle that pulls at my pride. Every thread tighter, I'm trapped inside. Fashion's a prison, it's hard to escape. A hand-me-down heart in a custom-made shape. Proud on my body, feel the power in the seams. Every stitch a story sewn from my dreams. Black and white, it's classic, timeless design. I'm living my truth in a proudest state of mind. Proud on my body, feel the power in the seams. Every stitch a story sewn from my dreams. Black and white, it's classic, timeless design. I'm living my truth in the proudest state of mind.
I've seen those sleepless lights, sipped on the champagne life. New York City, high dollar tipsy, and I felt an LA sun, cruising up Highway 1. Picture perfect, that red sting was worth it. I've been to some parties, seen my name on marquees, red line in a black Ferrari in the country. But I've never been on top of this world. One look at one girl, white Adidas on bare feet, t-shirt hiding your two-piece. Angel made for makeup, wake I could only make it. Never have I ever, no, I've never seen something like you. Seen something like you. Light up a midnight ride, slow shadow dancing. It must be magic. You're all seven wonders, wrapped up in one girl. Star shooting, breathless as heaven. But I've never been on top of this world. One look at one girl, white Adidas on bare feet, t-shirt hiding your freshie. Angel need the makeup, wake I could only make it. Never have I ever, no, I've never seen something like you. Seen something like you. With one look you want, girl, white Adidas on bare feet, t-shirt, hat, and your two-piece. Angel neath the makeup, wake I could only make you. Never have I ever, no, I've never seen something like you. Seen something like you.
All right, we are back in action.
We are back in action.
That's
Looks
right.
like we did something wrong here. We're in the principal's office.
Oh, you like? I bet you they've never heard that joke before,
no,
Kinsman.
I've
You
never
are
heard
the
that,
you didn't go to Unique 101. I don't think so.
Yeah.
But
KINZ to the office, please.
we have a couple different segments tonight with multiple guests, all talking about Catholic education.
Yeah,
so
Catholic Education Week.
There's no time for us with our antics and our little baffering, but go Sens go. We'll just say that.
We'll get you in 6.
Yeah.
We'll get you in 8.
You are what I call a dreamer, and the world needs
We're
dreamers.
delusional Leaf fans.
Um,
what they call that.
Let's talk about the two amazing gentlemen next to us.
Yes, it's O'Gorman Intermediate and O'Gorman High in Studio 67 tonight. And of course, the principals are here. Darren Berthier from O'Gorman Intermediate.
Yep.
We've got Sean Robertson from O'Gorman High hanging out with us. Thanks for joining us, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thanks for inviting us.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
So what we're going to be doing tonight, of course, we're going to find out a little bit more about both your schools. But just before you leave, we have a bit of a what we call a knowledge challenge here. And we're going to find out how much you know about each other's school. Now, one's going to be the Sens, come out like the Sens last night. The other one maybe like the Leafs. We don't know.
We'll see. We'll see.
We will
They're
see.
very plausible, guys. They're very plausible questions.
We do have the wheel of winning tonight, Mark.
Yeah, we're giving away, look at this prize, $50
blank
to
envelope.
Sweet Freez, Timmins, down the
Yep.
street from us. Look at these new little gift cards. And again, $50. You can go and buy your Sweet Freez. Some nice new treats. They just opened up cotton candy. They make cotton candy down there, down the street.
They're beautiful people. Yeah. And in the second half, we will be drawing the Student Achievement Award.
Yeah, so anybody who nominated a student for that amazing student achievement, there's $100 to Timmins Square to one lucky winner, which will be drawn live on the show. So the Wheel of Winning, Sweet Freez, the Bucket, the NCDSB Student Achievement Contest.
Lots on the go.
Lots on the go tonight.
Let's start with Darren. So on the intermediate side of things. So if you had to, if someone sat down with you and they said, tell me a little bit about a Gorman Intermediate, what would you tell them?
Well, Gorman Intermediate, I'm very blessed to be part of an amazing school team. We have staff that truly are dedicated to support them in and out of the classroom. Obviously we're there for the academics and our faith, but the extracurricular activities, the intramural programs that are running at Gorman Intermediate are second to none. And, I think that makes a real difference for the students, not only, going to school to learn, but also that social element that is really key to our learners.
How long have you been at the school for?
Well, I started my career there as a teacher, and so this is my 5th year going into Gorman Intermediate as a principal.
Okay.
But I've been there before as a teacher, a principal, and I'm back.
Okay.
You love it so much.
Which is
quite is good incentive.
Oh well, it's
people
amazing
looking to
going
get
back.
in. Look, Darren wants to, he wants to live there. You're
Actually, yeah,
you're there full time. They can't kick you
I love
out.
to stay there. I started there. I like to end there. It's an amazing place.
Well, that's good. Good to know. Good to see. And it's you're one to preach to those who want to maybe enroll to Gorman Intermediate.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And again, we're a 5-to-8 school, and and that's one of the big things. This is the time. If you want to enroll, this is the time to do it, because we are planning now for next year.
Planning now for next year. And again, if you go to the website, ncdsb.on.ca, they can get in contact, click on the schools. They can reach out to you personally.
Absolutely.
If they
Call
wanted
the
to have
school
a
anytime
question.
and, set up tours. We're doing that now with a variety of new people that are, heard about our school and want to join the team.
One of the beautiful things I find out about intermediate is the size of the school and the community orientation. So, well, there's two. Well, there's lots, but I'm going to mention two. So it's I hate using the word small, but it's a community oriented school where your child can get the best possible education out there. Because if you're in a large city center and you're in a humongous school with these big classrooms, and I know there's restriction size of classrooms, but
Very intimidating.
the teachers are very involved, whether it's your academics, your athletics, your arts and drama, your child will get the best attention possible, which in turn relates to the best education possible. And that's a term you use starting at JK education. It's just not something you start thinking about university. That's a big selling point.
Well, it's a massive selling point. And again, when you know your children in front of you and you know them over the next 3-4 years before they transition to a Gorman High School, that's that uniqueness and closeness that you were talking about. That personal connection, the relationships that we have with the kids and our parents, because again, parent engagement drives student success as well.
And the second point I was going to bring up is the fact that, of course, I don't know if you call it your sister school, your brother's school, however you want to put it. It's the close proximity to a Gorman. It's, of course, that's the next natural transition. But intermediate does an excellent job getting students prepared for high school. And that transition, when you first start high school, it's a scary moment. We all went through it. That move from grade 8 to grade 9 can cause a lot of anxiety, a lot of worries. Most of the time it works out at the end, but intermediate does an excellent job preparing students for that next step.
Well, I think that's a team approach with the high school, because when you take a look at the transition programs, Mr. Robertson and I, we consistently try to ensure we can go up and be part of the school community as often as possible. It's not just near the end of the school year. We're starting September, October, doing tours, visiting, being part of their community. And again, at Gorman Intermediate, we're trying to do the same thing as well with our schools, with St. Joseph and Pope Francis, in terms of getting collectively together, trying to draw in not only academically, but also our sporting activities that we do. Today, we just had our grade 6 basketball tournament where we had our, schools from the surrounding area, but also our Pope Francis and St. Joe's teams coming over. And I think that brings a great community and a great transition. And again, we had our high school students refereeing. So again, it's that family. We're all together. We're all
one giant family
doing things to help one another out.
Now we transition just down the block there, Kinsman,
That's
to
it. A short skip and a hop across the
O'Gorman
soccer
High.
field.
And, you know, we've had the privilege of having Sean with us a couple times now, and we've had the invitation to O'Gorman High. Pretty soon we'll get the invitation to O'Gorman Intermediate.
Yes, we will. Yeah,
We
we'll
would
take
love
a
to join
tour.
you and all the Catholic schools. O'Gorman High, for one of the biggest compliments, and I brag about O'Gorman High lots, is the fact that if you're interested in attending O'Gorman High, you should start the registration process early, because you fill up pretty quickly, really quickly. And I think that's a testament to everything that you folks offer. There has been real growth in the O'Gorman program, even in like every year you seem to do something better and better.
Yeah, so I mean, essentially, just for viewers that may not have watched our previous episodes, O'Gorman High School is a grade 9 to 12 school. We have approximately 350 students. We have an English language program as well as a French immersion program. But as Darren was saying, we really focus on the whole student as part of our programming. We have an excellent sports program for all kinds of sports, whether it be hockey, basketball, volleyball. And we also have an excellent extracurricular program for, say, someone that might be interested in the arts. So we have musicals every second year. Our reach team is going to provincials in the coming weeks. So we really promote excellence in the classroom, but excellence around in terms of athletics, as well as other opportunities for students to really excel. And in terms of speaking with the connection between our two schools, we're always inviting our feeder schools, which include St. Anne's and Iroquois Falls, as well as O'Gorman Intermediate, to come to our school and really get that O'Gorman experience before they enter high school. And I know we've spoken about our student-led link program, where we have senior students that actually connect with grade 8s that are coming in the year before they would come to O'Gorman, but also in the summer and when they come to O'Gorman High School, to really ease that anxiety of coming into grade 9, because it is a big choice for families what high school their child attends. But when they are attending, you know, it's good to have them. They know people when they come in, they know who to connect to. And again, just like at O'Gorman Intermediate, we do have a smaller school in the sense that our staff really get to know the students, and everybody is a somebody. We all belong in either of our schools, and I think that's really a bragging point. Absolutely.
Yeah, and again, those link leaders make a big difference. You know, we can go back to when we made the transition from high school or public school to high school. There were no link leaders. It was basically sink or swim was the motto.
Yeah.
And the link leaders are great. You get to get someone who's been there, obviously, and they
Absolutely.
get to guide you. Essentially holding your hand and taking you through a tour, so things aren't as
And
terrifying.
even the first day of school, we just invite the grade 9s in, and essentially everything from how to open a lock, how making friends. We have also a retreat for our grade 9s as well, to really just bring them together and really foster that sense of community for them for their time at O'Gorman High School. And we start that process even before they enter the building.
And trying to find certain classrooms. There's a lot more staircases. You're starting off on the right foot.
A couple more
Exactly,
staircases.
Yeah, no kidding.
A lot of folks ask me, since I grew up primarily in the Catholic education system. My children have gone through or going through the Catholic education system, and folks that have not experienced ask me, like, what's the difference? And you folks could probably speak a little more in depth than I can, but here's the big thing that I love about both schools. It's the education, sports, arts, and culture, yes, but you're developing young men and women to be successful in life. And I'm talking, this is attitude. This is how you respect others. This is how you present yourself. And I love what both schools do, because if I was raising my kids on just my own, I might have been in doo-doo without the O'Gorman school. But it's also about character building, correct?
Absolutely. I mean, we do have religious classes at our schools, but really our faith is infused in everything we do. So for example, next week is Catholic Education Week, where all our schools come together and we celebrate essentially the gift of Catholic education. So in terms of character development, our first day of Catholic Education Week, we're as a staff going to find opportunities to highlight students that are doing acts of kindness in the school. And we're actually going to make a visual in the school where every act of kindness is going to be used to fill up a jar that we're creating, just to show that when we come together as a school community with all these different acts of kindness, when you add that all up, that's really what creates that community support. And I mean, we have other activities such as we're having a soup activity where we provide soup to students in terms of showing them how we can come together and be a community and share something that others may not have, to both develop that sense of appreciation, but to also show them that we should share with our larger community to make it a better place. So certainly our faith is a huge part of that and really is infused into everything we do.
And O'Gorman, like our intermediate, the faith aspects per day is about looking at themselves. What hope do you want for yourself, for your family, for your community, for your country? We're expanding not only just about ourselves, but everybody around. And again, I think the connection for us is we're connecting with O'Gorman, not O'Gorman, sorry, we're connecting with Pope Francis and St. Joseph to kick off Catholic Education Week. And the theme of Pilgrims of Hope is now we're going to recognize somebody within our communities who are pilgrims, who are the ones who are journeying. And I think that is going to be something special at our Mass on Friday at St. Anthony's, where we're able to start off Catholic Education Week by saying, you know what, you are a pilgrim, and a pilgrim of hope within our community.
That's wonderfully said. We all, like most of the viewers tonight and us in the room, are parents or uncles or aunts. And we all know at times that we try to deliver the best message to our children. But there's also a big benefit of them having role models in life that are not their parents or immediate family, because sometimes that message sinks a little bit deeper. And there's no shame in saying that. You know, parents are not expected to know it all, whether that's a coach, you know, a teacher, an arts instructor, no matter where it be. And this is, once again, this is another bragging point I'm going to say about these two schools, because you will get that offering there.
Absolutely. And I mean, it does take a community, and with our school is essentially, it's a partnership really between the school, families, and the church. And together we all three of those aspects support our students as they move through our system. And that's how we really develop that moral character that you were speaking of. So again, it's about developing the academics, developing the social aspects of the students, as well as the physical aspects of the students.
And less a minute there, Kinsman. During COVID, we learned how we already respected teachers. We went way beyond that.
Like extra respect once we had to sit down and physically do the homework. And the day-to-day, you know.
And when we
hats off.
And when we found like grade six history to be difficult, we're like, oh, I love these.
And now we have the answer why teachers always get, you know, the LCBO gift cards at the end of the school year. They deserve it.
Or an apple.
Yeah, or an apple.
Right. Mr. Wildman. Okay, are we ready to have a little bit of fun?
Sure.
Always a little fun.
Okay, I like this. So
keep score here.
What we're going to do, you could pop that up, Ronnie. You don't have to change anything yet there, Ronnie. So this is what we call a knowledge challenge. We were trying to be very educational.
Yes.
With our title today. We thought Andrew might have liked that.
Knowledge is in
session. You know, I'm going to do something on the fly here, Kinsman, because I want to see these fine gentlemen in the full shot here. See that, Mark?
There you go.
This is because I went to Catholic education. I don't stress out. I work on the fly.
You don't stress. You don't throw things across the room.
So we are going to ask Sean 4 questions about O'Gorman Intermediate, and then we're going to ask Darren 4 questions about O'Gorman High, because they're partners. But sometimes someone, you know, may have a little more in-depth knowledge. And then if it's a tie, Mark, we're going to have a cheer off.
We'll have a cheer off.
So the first 4 questions are for Sean, and they are about O'Gorman Intermediate. So Ronnie, if you could post up the first question. All right. Now, according to the Facebook post, who won the 3rd annual dodgeball tournament? So hosted at O'Gorman Intermediate.
Okay.
I mean, you're allowed to ask for hints.
He's sweating already.
No, it's okay. You're
a friend.
Andrew's your friend to help you out.
Now I'm in trouble.
Now this, I don't know if this is true, but this was on the Facebook post. They said this group won.
Okay.
Now, I assumed it was some of the students, but in this Facebook post, this certain group of maybe people who are done school had won this tournament.
Interesting.
Right.
That's a hard one. And I thought I'd have an advantage here because I went to O'Gorman Intermediate
Yeah.
and O'Gorman High
Yeah.
School as a student.
Yeah.
But I'm inferring, I'm using my inferring skills. We
Yeah.
really focus on that in our elementary schools.
I thought they might have mentioned this one of the students one, but they mentioned another group one.
Could it be the staff? I don't know. We'll have to double check.
Let's
that one.
find out, Ronnie. Yeah, the teaching staff.
Ding,
Yeah.
ding. Hey.
What do you like that?
Woo, Sean Robertson. There he goes. One.
That's close.
Look at that. He needs a whiteboard. Hey, using the digits here.
All right, so we
John's
I
up
hope
one.
I get those prompts as well.
We're-
This was.
We'll help you out, Darren.
That was a law
I'm
ball.
looking forward to being up one.
we warm them up with what's like the
That's
Leafs.
That's the law
Yeah.
ball.
Easy to-
That's the
Okay,
law ball.
all right.
So
Question.
one for Sean.
Yeah. So question number 2 for Sean.
Bring it.
Okay, so Christmas theme days, we love them.
Oh, boy.
Can you name 3 out of the 5 themes used this year at O'Gorman Intermediate for Christmas?
Plaid's a classic.
Okay.
Okay. Elf yourself.
Okay.
Ooh. Dress up like Santa Claus.
Okay. Ronnie, let's check it out.
Let's see.
They used Christmas hair and sock day,
Sock day.
Christmas sweater and red green theme day. Can you read this, Mark?
Yeah, Wednesday, night team colors for Saw. Thursday, Christmas hat day, and Friday, all decked out for Christmas.
Okay, they
theme
got to have
day.
Plaid Day next year.
Yeah.
What's
There we
going
go.
on?
So we can't award Sean a point.
No,
there.
he doesn't get one for
See,
that one.
did you like that, Darren? No help?
Yeah, we'll give you
Now I'm reflecting on, okay, if this is all about social media stuff that I'm going to have, I'm definitely not going to do as well because I do not go on social media.
Well, this is direct. This happened at your school. I know you would answer this,
one
right?
I'd be able to answer.
Yeah.
Is? Uh-oh.
Okay, let's give Sean question number 3 about
What
O'Gorman
is it?
Intermediate.
What activity, Sean, are the students participating in that slide?
Holy cow, I need my glasses.
Yeah. It's definitely a religious themed activity. Darren knows it, correct? You would.
I can read it from here.
Oh.
Yeah, Darren's got the better eyesight from all of us here.
Easter, it has something to do with money, cash, and you give away. Easter cash giveaway.
Okay, Ronnie, let's see if he's right.
Oh.
Each homeroom participated in a trivia challenge about the Lenten season and Easter.
There you go, Easter. That's
Yeah.
yeah. Worth a point.
Half a
Like
point.
Is that a half?
I'll go for half.
We got one. What?
Better than
one and
none.
a half.
Better than none.
Call that 2.
Okay,
All right.
this is your 4th question.
Yeah.
How many KLOMP kids went to O'Gorman Intermediate?
Ooh, I don't know. There's 3 on the screen here.
What about Hudson?
With the babies? Yeah.
I'm gonna
Hudson
go
and
with not 1, but 2.
Okay, the answer is 3.
3.
Oh,
My 25-year-old, my 22-year-old, and Aiden, 16-year-old.
Okay.
So
Future
was
for
sneaky.
Hudson.
That was
Yeah.
Future
sneaky.
for Ella.
the whole crew. I wasn't
Yeah, there's
joking.
2 other future ones.
There are
right
future ones going there.
There you go. So we say, are we generous to say that's 2 points for Sean, 1.5? We'll round it.
Yeah, we'll
Round
round
it
up.
to
We'll
2.
round up.
Oh.
So you went 2 for 4.
Will depend on what the answers are. Next
Okay,
time.
well,
Alright,
let's.
that's 1.5
You're
and 2.
So he's got a round. So we got to round something for Darren if he needs it there.
Okay. Now these are Darren's 4 questions about O'Gorman High.
Okay.
Next slide, Ronnie. What day are parent-teacher interviews at O'Gorman High?
Thursdays.
This is the day, yeah? Like this Thursday, you're saying?
Don't give me. It's a question for you.
Man, hopefully not every Thursday. I would have been sweating it as a kid.
Parent teacher interviews.
It's Thursday?
I believe it's Thursday.
Don't give
You
me.
think Thursdays?
Ronnie?
What's the answer?
It is Thursday, May the
Thursday,
1st.
May 1st, which is
Tomorrow
yes,
from
tomorrow.
3:30 to 6:30.
Yeah.
1 for Darren.
That's right. Don't forget, parents.
It hasn't changed.
That's right.
All right.
We keep it consistent. That's 1 point for Darren.
Yeah, Darren's got 1. Let's go question 2 here, Ronnie. OHS announced new student trustees for 2025-2026. How many students were named?
2.
Wow.
You knew that one.
Wow. Ronnie, we're delighted to announce the appointment of our new student trustees for the 25-26 season.
Awesome.
Alex Turcott and Jacob Dunkley.
Wow.
Big shoes to fill.
Yeah, big shoes
Absolutely.
to fill.
But
Yeah.
that's amazing, and we look forward to hopefully working with them in the new school season. How cool is that?
So you said 2, yes.
That's 2 points.
There we go. Yeah, we're good.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh boy.
This could be the
What
tiebreaker
is
right
the
here.
name of this student team? Sean knows who this is, of course. This is a little bit of a trick, like a little more difficult.
Well, I know it was a great fundraiser
Mhm.
for the Reach team. Cookie cutters.
The cookie cutters. Well, let's see. It is the Reach
Yes.
team.
Cookie-
They are doing a cookie
Somebody is
decorating.
checking out our
decorating
social media
fundraising.
page.
Yeah.
I think he's just pulling our leg.
Actually, you know what I mean. I have to say, like our board website does share a lot of great things. So
For sure.
that's the positive thing. And again, the only reason I'm aware of this is because O'Gorman Intermediate was invited to participate. So we had students and families join this great opportunity.
Yeah,
So this was fabulous.
How fun is that, eh?
All right, cookie decorating.
The Reach team.
Yeah, the Reach team.
Okay.
Fabulous work there.
But he has 2 points, right?
Set
So
2 points. Yes.
You're a tough judge.
Yeah. 2 and 2.
Well,
There we go. Well, two
We'll see.
against one and a
We'll
half.
see.
Yeah, okay. we might use the half on Derek.
because this could be a half too technically.
This
Yeah,
could
Okay,
be-
You know what? Let's do 2.
That's
Let's
a lot
get
of
a
math.
half.
What?
it is.
What is the name of the KLOMP kid currently attending O'Gorman High School?
I know.
Sean knows.
Well, let's go with some of those subtle hints.
Let's
Okay,
go.
subtle hints.
Subtle hint.
Okay, so Hudson and Ella are eliminated.
Those are the babies.
Yeah.
That
okay,
doesn't.
so let's give him another hint here.
Okay.
His oldest, Tiana, is not currently at the school.
She's 25,
Yeah,
so
25,
she
so
didn't do
she's-
that
she's long
12
gone.
loops.
Yeah.
So I have 2 older
Aiden.
boys there. Oh, you want to lock it in,
I don't know. You sure?
you
Ronnie?
lock that in. He's going Aiden for the win. Yes,
Aiden
Klomp.
KLOMP. There he is. Proud O'Gorman
There we
Knights.
go.
Nice. Congratulations.
All right. Well, I still feel, Kinsman, because I did put the time into the slide. One more slide there, Ronnie. This is the cheer, so it's Go Knights Go. We do want to hear each of you because Mark is going to award 5 points for the best cheer.
Oh,
Look,
there's hope.
5 points.
there is always hope at the end. So maybe we'll start with Sean first.
Okay, Sean.
Can you give us your best Go Knights Go?
Well, if I knew this was happening, I could have came in the mascot
Right,
costume.
yeah,
we all could have. And remember,
No pressure, eh?
Go O'Gorman. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Let's go.
He didn't say nice,
Not
but
tonight.
that hey, he does what he wants to do.
Okay, you're
Mark
proud.
is like the
Yeah.
Russian judge at the
The
Olympics, figure
Russian judge
skating.
at the Olympics.
So I got a 10.
Yes.
Mark will let you know.
That's it.
Okay,
We'll
Darren.
alter it after the fact.
Go Knights, go! Ooh,
Well, he's been practicing. You
he's,
guys gave him a hint, right?
Mark, who are you awarding the 5 points to? Yeah, Mark doesn't
Yeah,
like
this
these.
is tough here.
Yeah.
They're both good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lean toward Darren Bertier.
That was good. That was good. That was good. There you
Both
go.
winners, but
Yeah.
Darren put a little bit more
Tradition
opposite.
But at the end of the day, thank you both. I
Oh,
mean,
thank
you're
you.
doing
Thanks,
amazing
Darren.
job.
Darren Bertier.
Appreciate this.
Thank you. All right, Sean Robertson.
Is there one question? Thank you, Sylvie. Will the school be having an open house for new students?
Yeah, so we are looking, I'm working with parent council right now, and we are looking to have an open house, likely a barbecue for students in the fall. Yeah,
Okay.
for sure. I think it's really important to welcome students and welcome families. So we are looking to build that opportunity into our introduction planning for our new students.
And over at the intermediate side, if folks want to come and get their first experience or a tour or meet some of the staff at intermediate, what's the best way for them to do that?
Yeah, so we as well will have an open house. Typically, traditionally, because we're now a 5, 6, 7, 8 school, we usually just had a grade 7 kind of transition. So we will be opening it up for all grades, and we'll have a parent night at the end of the month for anybody interested in coming to O'Gorman Intermediate.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Absolutely.
There they are, Kinsman. Thanks a lot for being good sports.
Yes.
We
Our
appreciate
pleasure.
you all.
Yes, no, it's
Battle of the
awesome. Thank you.
Principals.
And the fun's not over yet
No,
because
it's
we have
not.
another guest coming on.
Yeah,
David.
Christina Corbett is going to chat Catholic Education Week with us for St. Joe's and for Pope Francis.
Mhm.
So if you've got little ones, coming into those two schools, stay tuned. as they say. And the Wheel of Winning, we're giving away a Sweet Freeze gift certificate, loaded $50.
We should flip that over there. Can you see the logo?
There's the Sweet Freeze logo. Again, from Paul and Holly down the street. And we've got the Student Achievement Contest Award winner coming up with the NCDSB Student Achievement Contest. And that winner's coming out of the bucket. Winner for the Sweet Freeze coming out of the Wheel of Winning. Brought to you by PAB Insurance Inc.
Okay, roll it, Ronnie.
Let's play ball. Registrations are underway for Timmins Little League Baseball. Register online now at timminslittleleague.ca. Voted Best Burger and Fries in 2024, the Matagami River Fries Inc. will be opening soon, located at the Mount Joy Pavilion all summer. And your final week to save up to 50% off at Canadian Tire Timmins is this Thursday with the Big Red event. Save big on almost everything in store. Sale ends Friday. Tickets are on sale now for TFX Beer Fest. Happens May 31st at the Mount Joy Arena with a variety of beer to try, food and a variety of food trucks to taste. Great food and entertainment, something for everyone. Tickets and information can be found at TimminsFestivals.com. And the Timmins Multicultural Festival hits the MAC May 24th and 25th, where the world comes together for great food and amazing entertainment. This Saturday, May 3rd, come to the Matagami First Nation to celebrate 30 years of Beaverfest. Kids Zones, a $5 feast, live music from 11 a.m. to 7, Indian tacos, vendors, a 50-50 draw, free shuttle, and more. All the details on the free shuttle can be found on the Beaverfest Facebook page. And 283 Spruce Street South is sold with Albert Seal and Katrina McInnes with Royal LePage, your Northern Realty leaders. And your house could be next. Call Albert today, 705-465-3493, or Katrina, 705-465-3491. Become a Schumacher Lions Club volunteer today. They're looking for some new recruits, and you could be one of them. The Lions meet every Wednesday if you're interested in the basement of the Lions Den. And let Jessica Gervais help you find your dream home today with Royal LePage, your Northern Realty leaders. Call Jessica now, 705-360-7000, and check out her listings online, Jessica Gervais at royallepage.ca. Sick of talking to automation when you call for your insurance quotes? That won't happen when you call PAIB Insurance Inc., located at 101 Pine Street South in Timmins. They've got your back and will help secure the coverage you need. Talk to a person today, 705-360-5300. Real people dealing with real people. DAP Cleaning Solutions have now added dump runs to their list of jobs for you. No job too big or small, they do it all. Sanitizing, dump runs, windows, floors, dusting, and more. Janitorial and commercial cleaning. Call Andrew N. for your free quote today, 705-465-3500. Follow Mel and Mel with the We Count Talk Show. Watch for details coming up on episode number 5, coming out in May. You can email the ladies today, info@theconnectors.ca. And the Timmins Square gets set to launch the Kids Club. Comes up Saturday, May the 10th, center court at the Timmins Square Shopping Center. Come watch shenanigans with a family magic show with Ron Gutman. 2 free shows to attend at 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. Sweet Freeze Timmins is the best candy store in the North with awesome freeze-dried candy, retro candies, international candies from all over the world, and more. Stop in and browse today, 175 3rd Avenue in your downtown, or order online, sweetfreeze.ca. It's the Race to the Cup sales event at Timmins Hyundai. Get 0% on all 2024 Ioniq 5 models and get up to $11,000 off on all in-stock models. Book a test drive today, 800 Riverside Drive. Take your family to Midtown Bowl. Family deals start at $59.99 per hour and $84.99 for 1.5 hours, which includes shoe rental. Book your lane today, 705-267-3500. And for the best prices, mega deals, people are making the short drive to Matheson Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. It's worth the drive, 349 Highway 11 in Matheson. Vendor spots are now open for the Timmins Canadian Mining Expo. Happens Wednesday, June 4th and Thursday, June 5th at the McIntyre Arena. It's where the world comes to explore. Sign up today, CanadianMiningExpo.com. And come drive for Lucian Transportation. New drivers pick up a $2,000 sign-on bonus, and it's paid training. Call today, 705-360-4090. And buy now, pay later at J&R Custom Cabinets. Whatever the reno, plan it today and pay later. Inquire about no payments for 3, 6, or 12 months OAC at J&R Custom Cabinets, 1150 Riverside Drive. Design, build, enjoy. Saturday, May 10th from 10 to 3, it's the Mother's Day Market with the Downtown Timmins BIA. It's at the old Tweed and Hickory building in downtown along 3rd. All spots for vendors are now filled, but you can add yourself to a wait list. Add yourself today, info@downtowntimmins.com. And join the Jackpot Time Timmins new email list today and be entered to win a trip for 2 to Las Vegas. Join today, jackpottime.ca. With more than 75 programs to choose from, your future career awaits you at Northern College. Enroll now for fall online at northerncollege.ca. She's the producer of Sportsman Channel Canada and Just Hunt Inc., Amanda Lynn Mayhew. And put a team in today for the Alzheimer's Society Cochrane-Temiskaming's Walk for Alzheimer's. First walk happens Saturday, May 24th at the Mountjoy Pavilion, and 2 more walks in Kapuskasing and in Haileybury on the Sunday. Register for either walk online at walkforalzheimer.ca. On the big screen this week at Imagine Cinemas, Until Dawn, Thunderbolts, and The Accountant 2. Tickets and showtimes online at imaginecinemas.com. Move those packages today with Timmins Courier Service. Locally owned and operated for over 45 years. Call Robert Champagne to move your packages today. 705-266-4285. Sign your little one up for summer camp at Camp Bickle, the finest co-ed camping facility in all of Northern Ontario. But slots are filling up quickly, so secure yours now at campbickle.ca. And if your child was born in 2021, then it's time to register now for kindergarten in the fall with the Northeastern Catholic District School Board. Book a school tour online now at ncdsb.on.ca. And congratulations to all players and teams who had fun this weekend for the season-ending PMHA 3-on-3. Congratulations to Patrick and Nancy Delisle on the grand opening of 3D Forge Works and the grand reopening of Typo Press Printers. If you missed the festivities and celebrations on Tuesday, go back and rewatch our video. We were live for a tour. If you can think it, they can create it. Printing, promotional items, miscellaneous items, designs, and more. Check them out at 159 Pine Street South. This weekend, it's the Timmins Construction Association's 2025 Home, Cottage, and Lifestyle Show. Happens at the MAC this Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5, and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 3. Become a volunteer with Dare Timmins. They're looking for some new recruits to help out with their amazing organization. Email Francine Dennis or Rick Lemieux today, daretimmins@gmail.com. And have you tried the new India-style pizza at Sparks Pizza? Try their new menu item this week, topped with tikka masala, cheesy mozzarella, sweet corn, red and green onions, chunks of paneer, touched with oregano and some basil. Get yours online today at sparkspizza.ca or dine in person, 206 3rd Avenue.
I have to say something here, Mark. You know, you had awarded Darren as the winner of the Knowledge Challenge, but Sean's the real winner because he gets to stick with us.
Hang on for the second half of the show.
My pleasure.
That's the true prize, Sean.
Yeah.
It's all what's inside, staying with us.
That's right.
But we have a brand new guest with us,
Yes, we
Mark.
do.
Yeah.
The special assignment teacher for the Northeastern Catholic District School Board, Christina Corbett.
Mhm.
Thank you. It's so nice to be
It's like
here.
I'm
with you.
announcing a hockey game.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Christina wearing number 17.
Right. So thank you for joining us. So maybe we should start with this. Tell us a little bit about your position or role with the Catholic School Board.
I'm a special assignment teacher for Catholic education. It's a new role that's been in our board for the past 2 years. Before that, it was always part of another role within our board. And so I work in classrooms. My very best days are the days that I'm working with kids, working with teachers, and I'm supporting them in the religion programs that are being used within our board from kindergarten to grade 8. I'm looking forward to, in the fall, working with the high school. They're bringing in the program we have from kindergarten to grade 8 right into the high school. So we'll be doing some professional development there. And our program is called Growing in Faith, Growing in Christ. And it's a wonderful program bringing in prayer and music and faith. There's a learning aspect for teachers and students as well. And so that's a part of every day within our Catholic schools. Our Catholic schools start out with prayer each day, and teachers find amazing ways to bring in faith throughout the day, whether it's music, whether it's quiet prayer, whether it's meditation, through art. And so I help to sort of make that happen within classrooms and just support teachers as they need to.
I'm so happy you mentioned that, because we mentioned on the first segment, you know, at least for myself, I'm not sure where Mark went to Degrassi High, so I don't know. You wish, pal. But you know, I went to the Catholic education system, and it sounds like the Catholic education system's is really progressed over the years. So when I went decades ago, we sang this song, "Though the mountains may fall and the hills turn to dust." I sang that like 60 times a year. And it sounded, as a young kid, you could tail off pretty quickly, sometimes as an adult. It feels, based on what you're telling me and what I see as home as a parent, it's really involved in it. It's more interactive, it involves more things, and it's more engaging for the students. Am I on the right track here?
Certainly. So it's really important that students understand their faith, but it's also important that we provide actionable items that students can do to make their faith living and breathing. So if we keep our faith just to Bible stories from 2,000 years ago, although those are important and that gives us the basis of our belief, if it isn't actionable, if it isn't doing for others, if we don't take that faith and do something with it, then it is stagnant, and it isn't enjoying or enjoyable for our students. So I think about once students get to high school and they have to do their 40 hours of Catholic Christian service, how important that is for students to engage and do things for our community and do things for others. And then in that way, our students are really living out gospel values. It's not just a story. It isn't just something from the Bible, but it's actionable, and it's helping them to become Catholic graduates that once they're done school still continue to help, still continue to move forward, and see what they can do to make the world a better place.
So when we talk about developing character into productive and
steps.
respected young men and women in our community, this to me plays a humongous role, if not the key role.
Big role.
For sure. And we know that, all schools do character education very well. But in a Catholic school, we do Catholic virtues, Catholic value. And I think, there's a great distinction between that. We all want to raise great kids, but we're blessed to be able to do that within our Catholic lens. So looking at theological virtues of faith and hope and charity, prudence, temperance, all of those virtues that help students to live out a life that is based on the gospel and is based on faith.
We all we chat a lot about O'Gorman and O'Gorman Intermediate on the show, because we're fortunate enough to have our student trustees from O'Gorman come in monthly. But there's more schools in the universe, and I just seen some great feedback from Rochelle. Can you pull that up there, Ronnie, in the comment section? My son attends Pope Francis, and my daughter to O'Gorman Intermediate. They both love their school. So
Great comment.
The Catholic education system, it just doesn't start when you hit, high school. This is embedded right from
kindergarten.
Right from kindergarten, yeah.
So
sure. There's a curriculum all the way up.
All the way up. And this year we just started with a new family life program called Blessed and Beloved. And the role there is really to show all our students that they are created in the image and likeness of God, and that they were created for a purpose, on purpose. And so that means that children are living their best lives to their full potential, and that full potential that, they were created by God, and that they have a certain potential to live up to in their life. So
And with Catholic Education Week kicking off next week, what happens at, through the halls of, St. Joe's and Pope Francis? What is the main focus for Catholic
the
Education
theme
Week?
this year for Catholic Education Week is Pilgrims of Hope. And because this is a Jubilee year that was proclaimed by the late Pope Francis, so that's a really it's a really special week coming up. So we have 5 days of special activities and special themes. The first being honoring human dignity. The second is focusing on caring for creation. The third is helping and serving impoverished areas in our world. The fourth day on Thursday, we'll be looking at serving in solidarity. And the fifth day, we'll be looking at living as peacemakers. And the Ontario English Catholic Trustees Association has a group that creates amazing resources that teachers use within their classrooms. There are 17 read alouds highlighted next week for kindergarten, primary classrooms, junior classrooms, and intermediate classrooms. And each one of those books delves into those themes beautifully, so students and teachers can really dig into what some of those things mean. That's like living in solidarity. That's a huge concept for grade 1 kids. But through fantastic stories, teachers can read a book and they can have some great discussion about what that means and what that means for a primary student, which is very different than what that sounds like for a grade 7 or a grade 8 student.
Because we talked a little bit about tonight, and we've talked about it multiple times, about that transition from grade 8 to grade 9. But equally as important to parents, and the children may not realize it at the moment, but definitely to parents, it's that first step through the doors at JK. Mom and dad usually, well, me for sure. Trust me, I did it 3 times. I'm going to be doing it 5. Children are way more resilient than we are. But that's a big step for a parent and, of course, the child. So understanding that they're with this Catholic education journey, the development of character and how it's relatable throughout their lives, that's important to consider when you're thinking about where will my child go to school for JK.
For sure. And I think too, when we look at the theme that we're starting next week is we're looking at hope. And hope is really important when you're looking at those changes, right? What hopes do you have as your child begins kindergarten? What hopes do you have for your child as they move from Pope Francis over to O'Gorman Intermediate? What hopes and dreams do you have as they then move from O'Gorman Intermediate to O'Gorman High School? So hope is a beautiful virtue to be looking at in May and June. So we're looking at celebrating that virtue through activities and prayer and videos for our students, and really looking at what that hope means and how we can live as people of hope. And we're going to end the year in June this year. This is hot off the presses, so I don't even think Andrew or Trisha knows about this. So, but it was totally approved, so we're good. But what we're going to do is every school will receive the book here in front of me called I Hope.
Did you want to hold it up or
sure.
everyone could?
So I Hope. And we have French copies for our French immersion classes, J'espère. And so our hope is that every teacher will read this book to their students in June. And it really looks at the hopes that we have as teachers, as principals, and as our students leave us. We've had our students in our classrooms for a year. We've grown with them. We've learned from them. And so we're going to be sending them off in June with these statements of hope. And so hopefully I can do this without crying. But I hope you know beautiful happiness. I hope you play outside. I hope that you are a caretaker of Mother Earth. So it's beautiful hopes that we have for our children as they leave our classrooms and go on to somewhere else. And so from that, different grade levels will have their own projects to do that relate to this book and that relate to that theme of hope. And they'll hopefully take some of these ideas and some of these things with them.
Wow, beautiful. Well done. It's a big asset, Sean, to have someone, Christina, on board.
Absolutely.
Providing, some guidance to the curriculum and the students. That must make a tremendous difference.
Yeah, I know for sure. And I mean, at the secondary level, we in addition to the Ontario curriculum, which every school in Ontario would follow, we have the Ontario graduate expectations, which really focus on that moral development that we spoke of earlier. And at our school, students do take a religion course every year. So generally in grade 9 and 10, they do focus on church history, but making it relevant for students as well, because, you know, some people say history can be a little dry. I would debate that.
Right.
In grade 11, students take a world religion class, so they learn about other faiths as well. And then in grade 12, we also study our faith from a social justice approach. So how do we take our faith and make the world a better place? How do we bring hope to others? So certainly during Catholic Education Week, our classes will be exploring different ways to bring that hope to others. And how do we really expand what we do in the school and bring it out into the community and make the world, as I said, a better place.
Pretty awesome.
It is pretty awesome.
Did you know the song I was singing?
No, I
Oh,
don't.
the
for sure.
mound. That's a classic,
So they
right?
know,
Yeah, it's still around. It is pretty.
We sang it for our first communion, I think.
There you go. I'm going to be the loudest voice in the church when that comes up. Was there anything else you wanted to mention that we haven't had an opportunity to chat about?
No, I think anything else I need to talk about?
I think certainly it's not too late to register for next year.
Okay.
The sooner that parents register, or parents or families register, the better. So certainly right from JK all the way up to grade 12, if families visit www.ncdsb.on.ca, you can click on the registration link. And I mean, certainly if families have any questions or concerns, they can always call their local Catholic school. We're happy to answer any questions that people may have, give a tour, meet our future students, and anything we can do to ease that transition from whether it's into school in JK or from school to school, from say O'Gorman Intermediate to O'Gorman High School.
Doors are always open.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
For sure.
And it's okay. Trust us, for someone who's lived through it. It's okay to have questions and be a little bit nervous.
Maybe on the
Um,
fence, you know,
yeah.
maybe a lot of the questions were answered on tonight's show. And they'll be, you know, reaching out to the website and reaching out and, you know, hopefully making and booking that tour.
We look forward to it.
Great.
All right, so let's have a little bit of fun. So let's start with the monthly contest.
Yeah, the
for this-
NCDSB Student Achievement Contest winner, they pick up a $100 gift card to Timmins Square.
So essentially, this is based on nominations of student from any board who has done something positive in the classroom, in the community. You're really guarding that bucket, aren't you? There, kids?
Guarding
Like,
the bucket. Like, I mean,
we are
I'm
going to
gonna
let
play
our
football.
guests draw
Okay.
draw the winner.
And then they can
Yeah.
read the ballot.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Who wants to do it? There we go.
All right. Mark Kinsman.
Yeah,
That's
there
it.
it
And
is. Oh, it's a great nomination.
All right. We have Stacy Terrio. I nominate, or Stacy, sorry, the nomination came from Stacy Terrio, who nominated Scarlett Terrio. She is in grade 9 at O'Gorman High School. She has completely excelled this year. Not only has she made honor roll, she received a perfect attendance to date. She has helped with fundraising for the Make Tummies Happy campaign by face painting many children. She was a hit. That campaign helps to raise money for the nutritional breakfast programs at our local schools in the community. So congratulations.
Wow.
Yeah.
That-
Round of applause.
An extra proud moment for you, Sean.
Absolutely.
That's an OHS student.
Yeah.
Well,
What are the odds?
that's exciting.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So perfect example of the youth in our community, giving back and doing something
Yeah.
positive. And we're telling you, we've ran this contest 4 times now.
Mhm.
We get so many
So many
nominations.
nominations.
When I was
So
that
many
age,
students doing amazing things
Yeah.
in this
when,
city.
I wasn't doing all those positive things at that age. So that's I see so many examples of like positive contributions the youth are making. Yeah, they're well ahead of my curve. So, testament to the schools in our area.
You were in the principal's office for other reasons.
Perfect attendance. I love that. We never miss a day at work. See, we
No,
continued
we
on.
don't. Yeah, we're we can.
I love
nominate
it.
ourselves.
That's a key factor for when you get older.
Mhm.
Showing up's half the battle, right, Ronnie?
That's right.
We have an employee with perfect attendance, so we love them. All right, so now it's time for the Wheel of Winning. This is the most
right.
dramatic
Yeah.
moment of our show.
Dramatic part of the night
Yeah.
here. And the Wheel of Winning brought to you by PAIB Insurance Inc. And someone's going to win $50 to go shop at Sweet Freez Timmins at 175 3rd Avenue.
Roll it, Ronnie.
The Wheel of Winning, brought to you by PAIB Insurance Inc. We are real people dealing with real people. Locally owned and operated in downtown Timmins, 101 Pine Street South. Call toll free 1-844-360-5300.
All right, there it is, Ronnie. So one lucky viewer tonight. You can activate launch, my friend.
Activate the launch pad for a $50 gift card to Sweet Freez, where they now make and sell cotton candy. Many different flavors there. Hey, Selena Maria.
Hey, congratulations.
Way to be, Selena.
Congratulations, Selena.
There we go. Ronnie hit the cheer button. You can't hear it in here, but it went on the show.
It's a cheer up.
Well, that
is a happy winner.
You'll drop that off.
Yes, we will. $50 to Sweet Freez. And
That's
again,
good,
they
Ronnie.
now have different flavors of cotton candy and over, I'm going to say easily 1,000 different international unique products and candies.
We'll get Ronnie to change the banner one more time, the overlay, because I love the slogan, the overlay, Ronnie. You go up there. You go up, my friend. I like coaching on the fly.
A place where we all belong.
It is true.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it is a place. So once again, as every guest mentioned tonight, please reach out to the schools. The school board, Ronnie has done the Facebook link, but that will direct you to the webpage, the phone numbers, and make that call. You definitely won't regret
Book a tour. And again, you know, if you just,
hi, Jackie.
show up during the school week, your doors are always open, right?
We'll make it
Michelle?
work. We'll make
They'll
it
make it work.
Yeah.
You're just a drop by. He drops by my house too at supper. I tell him to come by at come back at 7. But a place where you do all belong,
That's
and I
right.
love that. And a lot of us can speak from personal experience. It's an A+ decision. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I feel like handshaking
Thanks again,
tonight.
Corbett.
Yeah, to thank you,
Sean Robertson.
the real winner of the
Yes.
contest. He 2 segments. All right. Good night, everyone. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yes.
I've seen those sleepless nights, sipped on the champagne life, New York City, high dollar tipsy, and I felt an LA sun, cruising up Highway 1, picture perfect, that red sting was worth it. I've been to some parties, seen my name on marquees, red line in a black Ferrari in the country, but I've never been on top of this world. One look you want, girl. White Adidas on bare feet. T-shirt hiding your 2-piece. Angel made from makeup. Wake I could only make it. Never have I ever. No, I've never seen something like you. Seen something like you. on bare feet, t-shirt hiding your fresh feet. Angel neath the makeup, wake I could only make it. Never have I ever, no I've never seen something like you. Seen something like you. I've been to some parties, seen my name on marquees, red line in a black Ferrari. But I've never been on top of this world. With one look you want, girl, white Adidas on bare feet, t-shirt hiding your two-piece. Angel neath the makeup, wake I could only make it. Never have I ever, no I've never seen something like you.